Okay, guys. Old man G, the last video of the day. Man, I don't think I've put this many videos out in a while. It's 3 videos out today. And the last bit of news I want to basically discuss on Red Devil Studio is the latest comments by the Inter Milan CEO regarding Romelu Lukaku. So this has been reported by Sky Sports News as well as a few other sources. But basically, the Italian Inter Milan basically CEO, Mr. Head Giuseppe Marotta, basically says something along the lines of you cannot rush things in the pursuits. Well, I'll give you the exact quote because Sky is paraphrasing it, but he says this basically when he's questioned about Lukaku. He says the transfer market is a work in progress. We are working hard to get the best squad possible for the new season. We are ambitious and want the best team possible. We also must find ways to respect all financial perimeters too. We cannot rush things because that can lead to mistakes. We have clear ideas, but we need to be patient. We have important goals and transfer targets in mind. So we obviously know there is confirmed interest in Lukaku. Although obviously Lukaku is with the squad now on a pre-season tour. And a lot of you have said and suggested that Lukaku may be one of the players that does leave Manchester United. We know that, well, I think there are a lot of fans that felt that Lukaku didn't really fit or doesn't really fit into the Manchester United way of thinking, the squad, etc. I'm of the opinion that while that is true, I'm also very much of the opinion that if Lukaku does go, Lukaku did score goals for Manchester United, and important key goals. Yes, he didn't score against the top six as much, but he did score important key goals. And I'd be more concerned if we sell Lukaku and we don't bring anyone else in. I think it's very, 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 very naive to assume that Marcus Rashford, Martial and Lingard are going to somehow score considerably more goals this season than they did when they had that opportunity last season. I just think it'd be very, very naive to just go into next season without a good number 9. I'm not saying Lukaku is brilliant, but he did score goals for us last season. And this is I guess the subject of this talk. This video is basically who would you bring in, and that's why this president's comments. Italian Milan's comments are quite interesting because one of the players that I personally, and I'm sure some of you fans thought would be a good deal, a good swap deal, was Mario Icardi. Now, the impression I get is United board aren't interested in Icardi. I don't know if that's because of his attitude, of course, I'm not sure why, but I certainly feel that an Icardi-Lukaku swap deal would be in United's best interest. That's my personal opinion. But the Italian Inter Milan CEO basically says this in regards to Icardi and Nangolan, who basically are not going to be part of the tour. So he says this: Nangolan and Icardi, we need clarity and transparency. They're great players and talent, but it's not enough. They are not part of our project. I say this with transparency and respect. Icardi is on the market, but we respect the contractual agreements. So that is confirmed. So Icardi is for sale. Icardi is out there. If we're thinking about getting a number 9, someone to replace Lukaku, Mauro Icardi is someone who fits the bill. And we could easily get that swap, even if it means maybe asking Inter Milan, maybe, add in a few million, maybe 10, 20 million on top, given that we spent, I think, about, how much was it? 75, 80 million for Lukaku, I think. I can't remember. But I guess the point I'm trying to make here is that this all but confirms that it has an interest in getting Lukaku into Milan. Lukaku has already made comments earlier saying how he respects Conte and how he loves him in Milan. Conte wanted Lukaku at Chelsea when he's in the Premier League, and Inter Milan to Icardi. It's a win-win, and so for me, United have got to act here. Again, as I said in the Pogba video previously, if you have a player at the club doesn't want to be at the club, and there's an option to sell the player to a club and come to some agreement, We need to pursue that. And the fact of the matter is, there is an option for United, I believe, to pursue Mario Icardi in exchange from Lukaku. I think Icardi, yes, okay, there might be some discipline issues, but I certainly think for the way that United want to play, Icardi fits the bill. Now the question maybe is that would Icardi play for someone like Solskjaer? Is there an issue there? Is it that Solskjaer, maybe the management team, need players who are, how should I say, malleable maybe, and more easy to, that they'll be more easy to listen to or control? I don't know. I mean, I look at the signings that we've made, and of course I love the signing of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I think that's good. But the impression I get is that we're almost wanting to sign players who are malleable, who I don't know whether are the players that we're signing, are they players that is it because we're signing them because we're signing them because they want to fit our style of play, or are we signing them because we just want players who will listen to the coaching staff, who will fit us, who will basically not be flashy, flamboyant, etc. And that's fine. I think that's good. I think it's important to have players who do listen to the coach, respect the coach, and work hard. But at the same time, that should not be at the expense or risk of talent. And I'm just wondering, I'm just curious as to whether or not United's reluctance to pursue Icardi, when I'm fairly sure Inter Milan want to offload him, is something to do with Icardi's attitude. It can't be because of his wages, because frankly, Manchester United's wages dwarfs what Inter Milan will be paying Icardi. So it can't be that issue. So the only issue that I can see is the issue of his attitude, and that we can't sort of mold him into the player we want to be. But as I keep on saying, Lukaku, if Lukaku does not want to stay at United, is that any better than having a player who has maybe a bit of a disciplinary issue, but is still talented? Icardi's record speaks for itself. Just let me know what you guys think. So I just think that, I mean, if we're talking about a good summer here, I mean, with something like, I feel like with Lukaku and Icardi, I think that deal is a lot easier to deal with, because you already have, as I've said before, Lukaku wants to leave, Icardi is basically for sale. So, I don't think there's that much difficulty in getting that sorted, in my opinion. The Pogba deal, I think, is a lot harder to get sorted, because you have because in the case of the Lukaku and Icardi, it could essentially be a swap for swap with a bit of million. That's about it. I think that's all you have to do, really. With Pogba, you have an issue that, one, Pogba has more than his contract, and so Pogba, from a price point of view, is not going to go for any more than at the very least 120 million or so. So, got a contract, which means that Manchester United are not obliged to sell him, and they've already made it so they don't want to sell him. And then if they were to sell him, he'd go for a lot of money. So that money is already a stumbling block. I don't think Icardi is going to be worth the same amount as Pogba. No way, especially because Inter Milan want to get rid of him. So that's one stumbling block. The other stumbling block in the case of the Pogba thing is that can United realistically get a replacement? Bruno Fernandes, to me, is not a replacement for Paul Pogba. He's at very least a replacement for Ander Herrera. At a minimum. Sean Longstaff, and I might make a video about that later. I'm not sure. We'll see. He's not a replacement for Paul Pogba. So a key question is, if Pogba goes, can we find and get and obtain an adequate replacement? Whereas in the case of Lukaku Icardi, that's done. Lukaku goes to Inter, Icardi comes here. Anyway, guys, just let me know what you think. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. I don't know about you guys. I'm getting increasingly frustrated with the transfer window. I'm really, really hoping that things get resolved, but I feel like I'm just going to set my expectations low for this window, and also to a certain extent for the season, because I'm really not seeing the fundament, aside from putting Aaron Wan-Bissaka as first choice right back, and he must be first choice right back, not a replacement for Ashley Young, or so a substitute for Ashley Young. He must be first choice right back. I'm really struggling to see how this United squad can really compete for top 4 this season. Certainly, the squad is not competing with Liverpool or City. I'm not sure about Tottenham. Maybe on a good day it could be Tottenham. Arsenal and Chelsea, who knows? The only consolation for this transfer window is that it looks like, I think Tottenham has strengthened, Liverpool don't necessarily need to strengthen, City have strengthened, but Chelsea have obviously got the transfer ban, got a novice manager in Lampard, and Arsenal banter basically. So we'll see. I'm not optimistic, but we'll see come August. Thanks again for listening, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. Follow us on Twitter at WeAreUnitedX. Have a nice evening and cheers.